Welcome back to This is VANCOLOUR. Over the weekend, a Vancouver developer was just shredded on social media after posting the cover of a magazine touting how half of Canadians aged 18 to 24 favor socialism, as the developer added the caption, "Hey kids, get ready to line up for your bread," which was a fascinating observation given how right now Canadians across the country are being waitlisted at food banks. We're going to spare the developer from further ridicule, but I actually went through that magazine for you so you don't have to. A saintly effort, I know. And I just wanted to put things into perspective. So let's take a moment. The latest issue of the Quarterly, a magazine published by the Fraser Institute, ominously announces on its cover, 50% of Canadians aged 18 to 24 favor socialism. Without a hint of irony, this overshadows their other cover story about how Canada redistributed $350 billion of your money to private businesses over 13 years before the COVID-19 pandemic, with little evidence that this third of $1 trillion that we just gave to corporations generated any economic growth or job creation. Anyway, back to the Fraser Institute's own polls, young Canadian adults favor greater social services, which isn't actually socialism, but okay, the Zoomers are commies now, and I don't know, do you blame them? Food banks across the country are facing record demand that they can't meet, meaning that more and more Canadians are literally going hungry. The average cost of rent in Vancouver and Toronto is up more than 40% in 2 years. Canadians have a record amount of debt, with 1 in 3 Canadians saying they're in bad or terrible financial shape. And healthcare, from emergency rooms to cancer care, is crumbling across the country. So label it radical socialism, but of course Canadians want more social services and more resources in existing social services. The president of the Fraser Institute clutches his pearls, writing that young Canadians need to be exposed to the true realities of socialism, which, like, okay, but a history lesson on Stalin and Pol Pot and Mao isn't going to put food on the table or magically make rents more affordable for folks entering adulthood into a society that generates unprecedented amounts of wealth for the few, while more and more people struggle to meet their basic material needs. And until policymakers address those needs, don't be surprised when people demand alternatives, no matter how uncomfortable it may make us privileged folks, because this, Canada in 2023, this sucks. Folks, that's our show. Thank you so much to my hero, Trevor Linden, and BC Minister of State for Childcare, Grace Lohr, for their time tonight. We have just 4 episodes lined up to close out this season before we go on summer break. And just based on the roster of guests that we've booked, it's going to be interesting. In the meantime, find This is VANCOLOUR on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, CHEK Media's YouTube channel, and the CHEK Plus app. For now, though, this is VANCOLOUR, and I'm Mo Amir, telling you that in a province where you can be anything, be colorful. Peace.